everything they were beta testing is now going mainstream. Right as they implode the economy and give us fake numbers that, you know, we're in the best recovery ever and everything's milk and honey. Sorry, half those businesses you used to do business with are shut down, and most of the restaurants you used to go to are shut down, and those factories are shut down. And sorry, your Social Security won't buy what it did before, but there's no inflation, though. And just everything is wonderful. And Obama is announcing that he's going to cut the military because we don't have money. And what they are cutting, and it's small cuts, $100 billion here. Oh, my gosh, that's huge. They got $1 trillion, $100 billion on budget, another $800 to $900 trillion off budget, $800 to $900 billion off budget. That's right at $2 trillion. Oh, so you're going to cut $100 billion. Oh, it's so massive. And the money they're cutting is just going to bail out the mega banks. It's just direct taxation to them. And they're saying we can no longer fight 2 wars simultaneously. Total bull. This was all planned. Meanwhile, they're using proxy wars against China and Russia, while the very same banking interests are building up China and Russia. You're like, well, how does that work? They fund the Muslim extremist. They fund the Chinese communist. They fund the Russians to a great extent. They fund the more radical groups in Israel. That's like those TV ads demonizing Ron Paul where he says Israel founded Hamas. I mean, they've had debates in the Knesset saying people ought to be arrested for doing it, whoever did it in the 70s. It was Mossad and Shin Bet. But that's Jerusalem Post, Haaretz, Wall Street Journal. I showed it to you. But they're counting on you being ignorant. It's not America against the Muslims, or America against the Chinese, or it's not America against England. You know, when I criticize the corruption of the British Empire system and its control over the U.S. to a great extent, I'm not saying the Brits are bad people. Same thing with Israel. It's not that the Israel runs the U.S. or the U.S. runs Israel. The same globalists run both. The same globalists run China to a great extent. And you're like, well, then why are they trying to start these wars? Because the wars get everybody deeper in debt. And the Chinese can use wars or conflicts to crack down on their public. The mullahs want an attack at many levels because they believe they'll get more political power out of it in Iran. The name of the game is chaos because that gives criminal enterprise more control. Now, I've got to get to this economic news. I've got to get to the geopolitical news. I've got to get to the lawless Obama regime. And all Rush Limbaugh, they're all freaking out over the fact that he is power grabbing and doing recess appointments nobody's ever done at this level because the Senate's not in recess. He didn't bring them forward then. They're saying it's unconstitutional. So is Obama launching the Libya war without Congress. Yeah, that's the whole point. But you're also too busy talking bad about Ron Paul, who wants a declaration of war. And who, by the way, is not standing in the way of Israel going after Iran if they think it's in their interest.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you'll love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans. Made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it. Others don't.
You may be arrested and/or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship, body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cal Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Well, everybody finds a mystery to be intriguing. I think that's why I probably spent so much time on it in the last hour, when overall we have a lot bigger issues to deal with. My friend Jesse Ventura is out of the country. He just drove into Mexico yesterday. That's brave, in his RV. And they can't get him on his wife's cell phone that doesn't work down there until he gets to Baja. To respond to Bill O'Reilly, Fox News, newspapers all over the country saying that the most lethal sniper Navy SEAL 6 years ago in 2006 sucker punched Jesse Ventura and then ran from him. I mean, that's so pathetic, it makes you want to believe it. But you can't believe that he said, "I'm glad Navy SEALs are being killed." That's tailor-made to make Ventura look bad. I know him well. His son knows him really well. When Tyrell saw that, and I called him and told him about it yesterday, he couldn't believe it. The problem is he's in jury duty. He can't say what the trial is, but it's pretty important there in Minneapolis. And so they're supposed to go at lunch right now. He's supposed to have called in, but his phone's off. They're still in the trial. I had to move Charlotte Iserbyt back 30 minutes with really important information on Skull and Bones and its tie-in to how our entire education system was set up. Of course, her father and grandfather were Skull and Bones. She was the head of policy, Department of Education. She's going to be joining us on that. By the way, I know you keep telling me, Jaron, that she sent us a transcript of the video we did with her. Will you ask Kurt to make sure he posts that right now, or to see if that's been posted? Okay, great. Something like a headline like, "Charlotte Iserbyt blows Skull and Bones wide open." That's a good transcript with the video report for everybody. I know it's been out for a month or so and has a few 100,000 views, but first seen by PrisonPlanet.tv viewers. But it's important, and Charlotte's really proud of the hour-long documentary we did for PrisonPlanet.tv. She thinks it's one of the best works out there. She's the lady that released the secret documents on Skull and Bones in the 80s to Anthony Sutton. She didn't want the credit, but that's what his best-selling book, The Secret Establishment.
It was a transcript of the first video we did about a year ago.
Okay. Okay, so it's a transcript on education, not on the Skull and Bones.
Correct, but we could put them both out together.
Yeah, put them both out together. Yeah, put them both out together. That's good. And then we'll get her on. I don't know when we're going to get Ty on, because we may have to push her back even more, because this is important on the Ventura deal. I don't even know since this morning when I talked to him again if he's talked to him, because I want to know. I mean, Jesse, if he said it, he's all about saying what he thinks. If this stuff really happened, I've talked to folks that have called down to the Navy SEAL bar. They said nobody knows about that. That would be well known. You wouldn't keep that secret at a big public event. This supposedly happened. But we're going to find out. Because, they're saying that he went in the bar and said, "I'm glad Navy SEALs are dying," and the guy punched him, knocked him down, and then the guy ran away from him. I mean, if that's true, the guy might be telling the truth. I don't want to say he's a liar because I don't have proof of that, but it just doesn't make sense. But the part about saying, "I'm glad Navy SEALs are dead," that has PSYOP written all over it. Then we looked into this guy. Turns out he's training police for, quote, to fight domestic extremists, and setting up kind of a Halliburton-style diplomatic protection group. And is rolling out a book he's selling right now. So I wanted to get Ty's take on that, but his phone is still turned off and can't get out of the courtroom, obviously. So we'll see what happens. But I cannot wait to get Ventura on as soon as we're able to get in touch with him when he gets to the Baja in the next day or two. But I remember Ventura telling me off air and on air last week, that was a few weeks ago, he was on about the disinformation when they claimed he was road raging and tailgating and the cops pulled him over because he had to go catch his commercial flight. And I'm like, this happened yesterday? And he goes, yeah, we talked yesterday. You called me in Minnesota. He goes, the point is I got my lawyer on this. You know, they say I'm out road raging and just making it up on TMZ and Fox News. And TMZ removed it. Fox News removed it. Not really a retraction. So road raging 2 weeks ago, not true. Now he says he's glad Navy SEALs are dead and is getting, knocked to the floor at a Navy SEAL bar when Jesse doesn't drink for decades. And I can have a testament to that. But I told you, they did this to us in We Are Change. They involved me in the articles as well. The New York Post, same crew doing this now. Rupert Murdoch, who's known for running wiretapping and dirty tricks and running police and you name it. And that's the system's blackmail on him now to endorse Obama because he's got the Fast and Furious on them. So it's part of the power structure kind of blackmailing each other. But, they don't like We Are Change. They just have people with a young girl in a wheelchair ram them into We Are Change people and then charge them with assault. And then the Secret Service gets on the stand and says, actually, he didn't assault them. They ran into him on purpose. But they had the headline, Truther attacks disabled girl in wheelchair. Now the headlines are, Truther Ventura knocked out by Hero SEAL. Right when they knew Ventura was driving into Mexico and has said publicly people can't get a hold of him until he gets to Baja, which is an hour from pavement, and doesn't have telephone as well. So Jesse Ventura leaves the country. His phones are tapped. He's been visited by the CIA before. And boom, right as he drives off, the guy pops up that's training our police to deal with domestic extremists and is part of this group set up by Richard Pearl and Dick Cheney, National Security Affairs Institute. And, he's going to help train our police to fight the domestic extremist. By the way, I'm going to try to get this Chris Kyle on the show. Just incredible. But again, as soon as Tyrell is able to get out of there, we'll get him on. Or we'll just get Charlotte on, and then when he calls in, we'll just do a brief report and continue there. Some of the other news I want to get to, I want to analyze the way they make it a joke, but at least they are covering it. And that is Comedy Central. I meant to play it yesterday, but I didn't, coming out about the NDAA and that it allows the secret arrest of citizens and for citizens to disappear into dungeons. And now this is the essence of tyranny, the essence of corruption. And then we just have all these articles coming out now. It's not just Florida. DHS officers armed with semi-automatics set up unannounced ID checkpoint. We're going to be getting into more of that, but the martial law rollout is happening. But is Jesse Ventura vindicated by warning about military on the streets? Is Ron Paul? Am I? No. We're demonized for talking about what's now happening. Now shifting gears to filmmaker, director, TV producer, Tyrell Ventura, son of Jesse Ventura, the only guy in the U.S., his mom and dad, obviously, ties here in the United States. Jesse went into Mexico yesterday, and he hasn't been able to raise him yet, at least since this morning. He just got out of jury duty. Have you been able to talk to your dad? Have you found anything out yet? And what's your take on what this gentleman who has a book that came out 2 days ago is saying about your father, Tyrell?
No, I have not been able to talk to my father at all. Like I said, he's traveling in Mexico right now, and there's obviously no cell phone. Cell phones don't work in the desert and things like that. So I have not been able to get a hold of him to ask him about the accusations and the incident that this guy is referring to. Obviously, I have the utmost respect for this man's service record and things like that. And I want to be clear that I don't know anything about the story that he's talking about. I've never heard anything about that. It certainly doesn't. I've never ever heard my father ever make any kind of remark about wishing American soldiers dead. I have never heard him ever say anything in that nature. So it does sound pretty ludicrous to me.
Also, I did some research. He was there at that Navy SEAL bar, reportedly with hundreds of people in it. It's a big place there on the beach. In 2006, he was speaking to a BUD/S class, and I saw people commenting on the different SEAL sites and stuff saying they were there the whole day and that this never happened, and that even if they weren't there, this would